Imagine waking up tomorrow with abilities you never knew existed. Not magic, not science fiction, but powers ancient humans may once have possessed before something or someone took them away. Now imagine discovering a 6,000-year-old tablet buried beneath the ruins of ancient Mesopotamia, containing a terrifying claim that the gods deliberately switched off a hidden part of the human brain, a part connected to awareness, perception, and what ancient cultures called divine knowledge. It sounds impossible, yet the deeper researchers look into Sumerian mythology, the stranger the story becomes. Because the Sumerians were not an ordinary civilization. They appeared suddenly over 6,000 years ago in the region we now call Iraq. Without warning, they built massive cities, created one of the world's first writing systems, developed advanced astronomy, complex mathematics, and architectural knowledge far beyond what historians expected for that time. To this day, experts still debate how such an advanced civilization emerged so quickly. But among all the mysteries the Sumerians left behind, none is more disturbing than the story hidden within their ancient tablets. Clay tablets covered in wedge-shaped symbols known as cuneiform. For centuries, these tablets remained buried beneath deserts and forgotten ruins. But when archaeologists finally translated some of them, they uncovered stories unlike anything the modern world expected. Stories about beings who descended from the heavens. The Sumerians called them the Anunnaki. According to the texts, these beings were powerful, intelligent, and godlike. They shaped kingdoms, controlled knowledge, and influenced the future of humanity itself. Most historians dismiss these stories as mythology, but others believe the tablets contain coded truths hidden beneath symbolic language. And one theory stands out above all others. The idea that ancient humans were once far more aware, more intelligent, perhaps even spiritually powerful than modern people. Until something changed. Some interpretations of the tablets suggest the gods altered humanity itself, not physically alone, mentally, consciously, as if part of the human mind had been disconnected. And strangely enough, the tablets appear to reference a tiny gland located deep inside the brain. A mysterious organ modern science calls the pineal gland. Small, hidden, yet incredibly unusual. For thousands of years, ancient cultures across the world treated this gland as something sacred. In ancient Egypt, symbols resembling the pineal gland appeared in spiritual artwork. In Hindu traditions, the third eye represented higher consciousness and awakening. Philosophers in Greece believed it connected humans to deeper realities. Even the famous philosopher René Descartes once called it the seat of the soul. Why did so many civilizations focus on the same mysterious point inside the brain? And why do some researchers believe the Sumerians described it thousands of years before modern anatomy even existed? The pineal gland controls melatonin, affecting sleep and dreams. But scientists still don't fully understand why this tiny organ reacts so strongly to light, darkness, and human perception. Some researchers believe it may influence spiritual experiences, vivid visions, and altered states of consciousness. Others dismiss these claims completely. But the mystery remains, because according to certain interpretations of the Sumerian texts, the gods intentionally reduced humanity's connection to this hidden power. Why? Control. The theory claims humans were easier to govern if their awareness remained limited. Imagine if ancient people once perceived reality differently. Imagine if human consciousness was once far more advanced than it is today. And imagine if that ability slowly disappeared. It sounds unbelievable. Yet stories eerily similar to this appear across civilizations separated by oceans and thousands of years. In ancient myths from South America, beings descended from the sky bringing knowledge to mankind. In Egyptian legends, gods shaped civilization and ruled over humans directly. In Hindu texts, divine beings possessed advanced powers beyond human understanding. Even in biblical stories, mysterious entities descended from heaven and shared forbidden knowledge. Why do so many ancient cultures repeat the same pattern? Was it coincidence, shared imagination, or memories of something humanity no longer understands? But the mystery grows even deeper. Because the Sumerians possessed knowledge that continues to confuse historians today. Their understanding of astronomy was astonishing. They mapped celestial bodies with surprising accuracy long before telescopes existed. Some ancient carvings appear to depict planetary alignments impossible to observe with the naked eye alone. How do they know these things? Where did their knowledge come from? Ancient astronaut theorists believe the answer lies with the Anunnaki. According to controversial interpretations, the Anunnaki were not supernatural gods at all, but advanced beings mistaken for gods by early humans. And if that idea sounds crazy, consider this. To a civilization thousands of years behind technologically, even basic modern technology would appear divine. A smartphone would seem magical. An airplane would appear impossible. Electricity would look supernatural. So what would an advanced civilization look like to ancient people? Gods. Now combine that idea with the strange claims about human consciousness. What if ancient humans weren't simply taught by these beings? What if they were altered by them? Some theories suggest the Anunnaki genetically modified humanity for labor and obedience. They didn't just rule humanity. Some believe they redesigned it. Others claim they intentionally suppressed human potential by disconnecting people from higher awareness. Again, mainstream historians reject these ideas completely. There is no scientific proof that alien gods modified the human brain. But the theories continue spreading because the questions surrounding ancient civilizations refuse to disappear, especially when strange archaeological discoveries keep appearing. Massive stone structures aligned perfectly with stars. Ancient monuments built with precision modern engineers still admire. Myths describing flying beings, advanced weapons, and knowledge falling from the sky. And always hidden beneath the stories, one terrifying possibility. Human history may be far older and far stranger than we were taught. But perhaps the most unsettling part of all is this. What if the deactivation never fully worked? What if traces of that hidden awareness still remain inside the human mind? Throughout history, people have reported unexplained visions, heightened intuition, near-death experiences, and moments of awareness that science struggles to explain completely. Coincidence? Brain chemistry? Or fragments of something ancient buried deep within human consciousness? Some believe meditation, dreams, and spiritual practices reactivate parts of the mind modern humanity has forgotten. Others warn these ideas are dangerous pseudoscience. And maybe they are. But the existence of the theories themselves reveals something important about humanity. We feel disconnected, as if something is missing, as if human beings were meant for more than survival, work, and routine. And perhaps that is why stories like the Sumerian tablets continue to fascinate millions of people around the world. Because they touch a fear buried deep inside us. The fear that humanity has forgotten something enormous, something ancient, something powerful. And maybe that fear explains why ancient civilizations obsessed over forbidden knowledge. Knowledge hidden from ordinary people. Knowledge said to belong only to the gods. But here is where the mystery becomes even darker. Because some researchers believe the Sumerians were not describing only spiritual power. They may have been describing memory itself, awareness itself, the very way humans experience reality. Think about it. Modern humans use only a fraction of the brain's full potential at any given moment. Scientists still debate consciousness, dreams, intuition, and the true nature of human awareness. Despite all our technology, we still cannot fully explain the human mind. Why do certain people experience vivid dreams that later appear to come true? Why do near-death survivors describe almost identical experiences across different cultures? Why do humans naturally search for meaning beyond physical reality? Some scientists argue these are simply biological processes. Others believe consciousness may be something far deeper than we understand. And ancient civilizations seemed obsessed with this idea. The Egyptians believed knowledge could transform the soul. Ancient Indian texts described hidden levels of consciousness reached through meditation. Mystery schools in Greece taught that human beings possessed dormant spiritual abilities. And now, thousands of years later, the Sumerian tablets appear to echo the same terrifying possibility. Humanity may once have been different, but then came another strange detail hidden inside the ancient stories. The gods in Sumerian mythology were not always kind. Some texts describe conflict among them, power struggles, arguments over humanity's future. In certain interpretations, one group wished to guide humans, while another feared what humans could become. And that raises an unsettling question. What if humanity was never meant to stay weak? What if ancient people once possessed knowledge capable of changing civilization completely? Knowledge lost over time, or hidden intentionally, because history is filled with mysterious disappearances. Entire libraries burned to the ground. Ancient texts destroyed during wars. Civilizations erased by conquest and time. How much knowledge vanished forever? The Library of Alexandria alone may have contained secrets from civilizations now forgotten. Thousands of scrolls, destroyed, gone forever. And if even a fraction of ancient knowledge disappeared, how would we know what humanity once understood? But perhaps the most shocking part of the theory involves fear, because many believe modern society itself keeps humans distracted. Constant noise, constant entertainment, constant pressure to survive. Little time to think deeply, little time to question reality. And according to some theorists, that is exactly how control works. Not through chains, but through limitation. Keep humanity disconnected from its deeper potential, and it never realizes what it lost. Again, there is no scientific evidence proving these claims. But the ideas continue spreading because they connect to something deeply human. The feeling that modern life is incomplete. That despite all our progress, something is missing. And maybe that is why ancient mysteries never disappear. Because they force us to confront impossible questions. Who are we really? Where did human consciousness come from? Why do ancient civilizations across the world describe gods descending from the sky? And why do so many myths speak about forbidden knowledge being taken away from humanity? Could all of this simply be coincidence? Or are myths distorted memories passed down through thousands of years? The deeper researchers dig into the ancient world, the stranger the evidence becomes. Because there are still thousands of untranslated Sumerian tablets buried beneath the sands of Iraq. Thousands, some damaged, some incomplete, some never fully studied. What secrets remain hidden inside them? Could there be texts humanity has misunderstood for centuries? Or warnings we were never supposed to hear? Imagine if tomorrow archaeologists uncovered a tablet describing human consciousness in detail thousands of years before neuroscience existed. Would the world believe it? Or dismiss it as mythology again? And maybe that is the greatest mystery of all. Not whether the stories are true, but why humanity keeps returning to them. Generation after generation. Century after century. As if somewhere deep inside us, we remember something. Something ancient. Something buried. A feeling that human beings were once connected to a reality we can no longer fully reach. And perhaps that explains the obsession with the pineal gland. The third eye, the hidden center of awareness described by countless cultures throughout history. A symbol repeated again, and again, and again, almost as if ancient civilizations were all pointing toward the same forgotten truth. But what if the truth was never supernatural at all? What if the real power wasn't telepathy or magic or godlike abilities? What if it was consciousness itself? The ability to see beyond manipulation, beyond fear, beyond illusion. Because throughout history, controlling information has always meant controlling people. Empires understood it. Kings understood it. Religions understood it. Governments understand it even today. Control what people know, and you control the future. So if ancient humans truly possessed knowledge capable of transforming society, would powerful groups allow it to spread freely? Or would it slowly disappear beneath myth and ridicule? Perhaps that is exactly what happened. Or perhaps the entire story is simply a legend humanity created to explain the mysteries of consciousness. But one fact remains undeniable. The ancient Sumerians left behind questions modern civilization still cannot answer. Questions about the stars, questions about the gods, questions about the human mind itself. And until every tablet is translated, until every ruin is uncovered, the mystery will remain alive. A mystery buried beneath sand for thousands of years, waiting, silent, hidden. Like the forgotten part of the human mind the ancient tablets claimed was switched off long ago. And maybe the most terrifying possibility of all is that humanity was never truly asleep by accident, but because someone or something wanted it that way.